Hi you guys, this is Misty with Cancerian Chronicles. Welcome back. Today we are jumping into a fire sign reading. So that would be Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. And we're just going to check your ancestor messages. So what messages do your ancestors have in store for you? So we're going to go ahead and jump in with the sign of Aries. So Aries, just initially, the initial underlying energy, we have the Two of Keys, which is the treasure card. And so this card is essentially a warning that you may be experiencing a loss or disappointment in life with something like, maybe a job, a relationship, or some type of opportunity. But your ancestors are reminding you that this is completely temporary, and for you to not focus on the loss or, like whatever damage or what you're lacking in, because that's not going to serve you. It won't help you, in any form or fashion. And just know that there are some other better and greater opportunities, opportunities for wealth, for better relationships that are waiting for you. So that is the initial energy. Also know that this is about you being able to be prepared in advance. So, you don't feel like you're being blindsided with something. So your card is the Willow, and the Willow is the Two of Forces, and this actually came in reverse. And for those of you that have been around on my channel for a while, you know that I keep my cards all in the upright. So when something, comes in reverse, like that's really important. I take that as being something really important. But when the Two of Forces, the Willow, is reversed, this is basically about change or conflict. It's letting you know that some type of change or conflict is on the way, or it's around you, it's surrounding you. And so, of course, this, it kind of aligns with the underlying message, right? But your ancestors want you to know that whatever this change or conflict is that's headed your way, do not fight against it, right? Stay flexible and know that it's not going to break you. And what I heard was this too shall pass. So, keep that in mind. This too shall pass. So we're going to go ahead and see what other information we can uncover here to see what is going on with this energy. What does Aries need to know? Okay, so I feel like this might be why you're about to lose. It's almost like you're about to lose something. Again, we kind of talked about it, but there's something to do with like something better is coming in for you. So it says news of a birth or a new business opportunity is headed your way. So like, let's say the loss that you're about to experience has to do with, work. Maybe you're about to, something, not to say that I'm not wishing this on you. I feel like if this is you already have an idea. Things kind of feel a little weird at your workplace or something like that, or you just hate it anyway, or you've been asking for it. I mean, I don't know. But it is going to happen because number one, for some of you guys, you may be asking for a change, for a new, like you're wanting to start a business, but you won't take certain steps that need to be done so that you can pour fully into your business, right? Or like, let's say you're asking for a new relationship, but you're still hanging on to, like, you're still allowing someone who is really unhealthy for you. Maybe just kind of like a sneaky link or something like that. Like you're still allowing this person, in your life. And it's kind of like acting as a repellent, right? For the new that you want coming into your life. Now, at the bottom of the deck, we have Kangaroo. Unsettled times, need to plan ahead. So whatever this is, it's like, this almost feels like transition energy, right? Like you may experience a temporary loss. The loss of your sneaky link, the loss of like a job, the loss of something. And it might have like some type of impact on you for, maybe I'm hearing something about 3 months for some of you guys. So I don't know what that's about, but it's like a temporary lapse And so this is why your ancestors want you to know this up front, because if you know in advance, you can already be prepared for, you know, whatever this is. Okay. It's kind of like acting as a cushion, right? There's something to do with a cushion. Yeah, we have kite, which says vacation. So again, it feels like there's going to be like a lapse, a temporary lapse. I'm hearing a lapse in judgment for someone. I don't know what that's about. It could be that someone that you're dealing with is, you know, with that lapse in judgment, they're going to do something that you're not going to approve of or appreciate. And it's like, you know, we need a break. Like, let's take a break. It could be something to do with like work, you know, maybe a coworker, your boss, someone's going to say something or do something. And it's like, ooh, I don't like that. Like, we need a break, or I need a break from, you know, from the workforce. And so, you know, there's like some moment of like transition that you're gonna have to be prepared for. Okay. Okay. I don't know who. For some of you guys, depending on where you live, or it could just be like the certain industry that you work in, for example, you know, I'm not into like current events or anything like that. But you know, I do try to, I know a little bit about what's going on because people want to talk about it. Like, people tell you about it. And so with what's going on right now, like depending on the industry that you work in, like I know where I live, like what's really prominent would be like warehouses, right? So they have like a lot of materials that are shipped in from all over the world. And I've noticed that a lot of people are getting more time off, more days off, because they're not getting those shipments in. And so that means less hours, which means less money. And so if you already know that this is taking place and there could be like a lapse, then, you know, this is the perfect time for you to get in on, like, if you already were thinking about a side hustle or about some other way of like extra income, now is the time for you to go ahead and get on that. Like, you don't have to wait for your job to be like, excuse me, you know, announcement, like, you know, we're closing down, right? You know, I'm not wishing that on anyone, but you know, like, you wouldn't be shocked and amazed if you heard that announcement if you are working in an industry that depends on, you know, certain products from across the globe, right? With how things are impacting you. So don't wait for the dust to settle. Like, someone needs to take this as an opportunity to pivot into something else. And, you know, if things start to pick back up or, you know, whatever, and you're able to come back to it and you even want to, I really don't feel like you would want to. But if you did, that will be available to you. But don't just sit around and watch something go up in a blaze and just be like, oh man, like, what am I going to do now? Well, you already knew that this was headed towards you. So, sorry, I don't mean to like lecture, but I don't know who that's for. But we have bear, which says danger, especially in money matters. And at the top is chair empty. Someone is leaving your life. For some of you guys, if this is a person that like you rely on for, you know, resources or something like that, they might be leaving your life. You know, still getting that scenario where someone makes a wrong turn. This feels like some type of cheating type energy. You guys don't go and, you know, try to start sneaking through your partner's stuff if you don't have any suspicions. Like, you're going to know. Like, you're not going to have to look for it. Whoever this is for, like, you're going to know. So you don't need to go digging for anything. But if this is for you, like, if you know that someone is already, I feel like, untrustworthy when it comes to those types of matters. And if you know that you kind of rely on them financially speaking, then it's time for you to kind of have your own thing ready, just in case. For some of you guys, it's like this person is going to, you know, for one of you, some of you, or none of you, like this person is actually going to step out on your relationship. And it's not like you're going to leave. because they stepped out on the relationship, although, you know, you should, but whoever this is, it's like that person might actually work in an industry that is about to be affected by, you know, the exporting and importing business, or, you know, like what's going on with the global events, right? And so it's not just that they stepped out on the relationship, it's that they stepped out on the relationship and they have nothing financially to offer you. Like, it's kind of that type of energy. So just be, I'm hearing be prepared from the Lion King. Yeah, I'm still hearing, I'm hearing the rest of it. Like, for what? And he says, for the death of the king. Why is he sick? You know, it's like, no, I'll be the king. Like, yeah. So I feel like you're going to have to take over when it comes to like financial, something to do with finances for yourself. And you're going to be able to do so. You're about to receive an opportunity. It may not look like an opportunity, but yeah, I'm taking too long with this, you guys. We have crib. It says birth or conception of a child or enterprise. So for some of you guys, you know, this goes with this business opportunity. Through this, you're going to actually create a brand new business. This might be, I'm feeling like this is going to be a business that, you know, it's not going to depend on, you know, worldly events. So, you know, there's something really strong to do with that. Also, there could be someone that is going to conceive, you know, like someone's going to conceive a child. Like, that might be the slip up, not just that they cheated, but someone is about to actually get someone pregnant that they're dealing with. And that's going to affect you. But we have spear, which says heartache over what you no longer have. And we have valley, deep personal strength and peace that assures success. It's like, you know, you're not going to have time to sit here and worry about heartache and heartbreak and, you know, whatever. Do you remember the times? Like, you're going to, you know, out of this loss, you're going to build something great, and, you know, just keep pushing forward and moving forward. You're about to be successful in this endeavor. And, you know, when you look back on, you know, what happened with this person, or, you know, maybe with this job or whatever this is, like, you're barely going to even recall, right? I'm seeing someone like, you know, out in the audience, like, do you remember me? Like, do you remember when we used to? No, I don't remember you. Okay, it's that type of energy. We have October, so either something is about to happen in October, or the person that you're dealing with, like you're dealing with someone who has a birthday in October, or you're going to start to October, you know, some of you guys might receive some type of news about the company that you work for in October. Let's see what's at the bottom. We have bouquet, which says compliments from an admirer. And then we have August. Something is going to happen between August and October. Okay. Yeah, something's gonna happen. I don't know, you might start to actually, with this compliments from an admirer, you might start getting clients or some type of business success, or, you know, some type of success with if you're working on like a you know, some type of business or side hustle. So there's something with that. What else does Aries need to know? Oh, geez. Yeah, we have scales, which says keep your life in balance. At the bottom is goldfish, which says increase in material wealth or spiritual growth. And then we have lobster, which says financial pinch. So you could find yourself like in some type of financial bind right now, but you are going to start to have an increase in your wealth. It's almost like, you know, especially if this is something to do with a job, like, you know, you might be in a little bit of a pickle and a little bit of a bind for a small amount of time, 3 months, maybe less, depending on how much you take it seriously and prepare in advance. Someone needs to, there's something to do with someone needing to stockpile like your essentials now, so that you're already prepared. So, you know, you don't have to worry about that, you know, later on. You don't need that added stress. What came out, we have tree, which is affairs with your family. You guys, this is weird, but I'm sorry. Someone is having like some type of a relationship with someone in your family. Like there's something to do with that. I mean, I don't know. I mean, there's something that's just going to be like a major... But we have egg, which says success assured with good plans and hard work. And we have bag. I'm telling you, something important such as new job or a raise, like out of this loss is going to be something that you're definitely going to love and appreciate. But it's like you just have to get over some initial hurdle. For some of you guys, you may go into business like with a family member. Or, you know, maybe a family member is going to say something to you and that's going to like spark some type of idea that's going to help you, you know, catapult you into whatever this is, right? Like maybe you've kind of thought about something, some type of business idea, but, you know, maybe you felt like something was missing and someone might say something. It might be a family member might say something that's going to help you, like, you know, maybe they're not going to work with you, but like because of something that they say, like you're going to be able to like just kind of put something together. Like, I don't know, it's gonna, the final key or something like that for you. Aries, what does Aries need to know? Ooh, okay. Yeah, we have love. It just says love. At the bottom is dolphin. Financial gain usually coming from something you did in the past. And then we have tulip, great passion. This has to be something that you love doing, something that you're really passionate about. For some of you guys, you might end up with a past person. Like, you know, if you end up, you know, you might end up leaving someone, and rightfully so. You might have like a temporary lapse where it's just you doing you, being you, loving on you. And someone is going to come from your past that you know, maybe there was like chemistry or something like that, but maybe it just never got off of the ground, or like maybe you were already in a relationship and so you like saw them, you were interested in them, but it just wasn't the time because you already had some other things going on. Something like that. I don't know. It could be like if you already have a business, or like depending on the work that you do, it could be like a past client or a past customer. Like, I don't know. That's for one of you, some of you, or none of you. I do not know. But, you know, again, some of you guys might like, there's something that you're super passionate about. You're about to lose something, which is going to allow you to give birth or give rise to something new in your life that is actually going to lead to a lot of, you know, wealth or finances for you. So, yeah. Let's see what else. Sign of Aries, what does Aries need to know? And you guys, if the messages resonate, please be sure to leave a donation, either energetically by hitting that thumbs up, or you can send a monetary donation through CashApp or PayPal to Cancerian Chronicles. Okay, so what does Aries need to know? Also, if you're interested in your own personal reading, check the description box. Do I take both of these? Do I take both of these? No. This one. Okay, so we have Star Ancestor, follow the voice of your soul. What also came out is Sky Father, so trust in the unknown. That might be like when you're following the voice of your soul, maybe your intuition is trying to lead you down a path, but it's something that you're not necessarily used to. You know, it might be difficult to trust in that. Like maybe it makes you feel fearful, or, you know, something like that. But, you know, the guidance is for you to follow, you know, follow your instincts, follow your gut. When it comes to this, Star Ancestor, follow the voice of your soul. So let's find that. Star Ancestor. That is page 76. So I'm just going to read from here. The Star Ancestor, it says, there's a deeper purpose to your human journey. Not only were you born on purpose, you were born for a purpose. You were born to be a bright light in the world, and there are supporters out there in the universe sending waves of energy to guide you at this time. Information and inspiration that has been coming your way recently is not new information, but memories. Your feelings of being drawn in a particular direction are the awakening of an aspect of your soul. You're being drawn towards a road that will not only light you up, but also help you light up your corner of the world. Continue following the cosmic guidance that is coming your way. So it's just a reminder that you have otherworldly support, which would be, this is an ancestor reading, and that your friends from the stars can help you if you're willing to be helped. They can support you in connecting with with and following your soul's deepest calling. So it almost feels like, you're something that you might experience whatever this loss or disappointment is, or, whatever, but it might have been like a long time coming. This is something that, maybe you've been stalling and putting it off because, it didn't really feel, right for you. It felt kind of, weird and unknown to you. And so it's just time is, essentially what I'm getting from that. So, yeah, just trust it and you will be okay. All right. So I hope that this message helped. And again, if you, want a personal reading, check out the description box. But we're going to go ahead and move on to the sign of a Leo. And Leo, if the messages resonate, be sure to hit the thumbs up for an energetic donation, or you can donate through CashApp or PayPal to Cancerian Chronicles. But we're going to go ahead and get started. And Leo, I've already spoken to Aries about the underlying energy, which is the Two of Keys, but I'm going to go ahead and repeat it for you. The Two of Keys is the treasure, and this is a warning from your ancestors that you may be experiencing some type of loss or disappointment in life, and this could have something to do with like losing a job, a relationship, or some type of opportunity. Just remember that this is temporary, and the guidance is for you to not focus on like the loss. Don't focus on what it is that you're losing, what it is that you're lacking, because that's not helpful to you. Know that there are some other opportunities headed your way, some better opportunities headed your way, some, other opportunities for wealth, some better opportunities for wealth that are waiting for you. So just, kind of keep that in mind. And your actual card is card number 17, which is the lookout. And I'm being guided to actually look at that number 17, which, 1 and 7 is 8. 8 is, it often reminds me of like just like a repeated cycle type energy. So this could have something to do with like what you're about to lose or whatever this disappointment is. It has something to do with like you've been repeating some vicious cycle, and it's time for you to exit. I'm hearing exit stage left. Okay, so the lookout card, it says be on the lookout. A challenging situation or a battle is around. This could be the loss of a position, and I'm really feeling like, even with the loss of a position, it sounds like a job, but that's not necessarily what I'm getting. I feel like this might be like a position that you have like in a relationship or a partnership or something to that effect. It could have something to do with work. It could have something to do with like, being demoted, or, someone is going to try to have you demoted or something like that. I don't know why I'm getting that. So not like losing a job altogether, but someone might try to downgrade you. Someone might try to downgrade you in a relationship. Someone might try to downgrade your position at work. For some of you guys, like if this has something to do with work, I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily feel like it's something personal. It could just be like your company cannot keep up with, the pay. So it feels like, for some of you guys, one of you, some of you, none of you, I don't know, but your company might actually be laying off quite a bunch of people, quite a few people, and you're not going to be laid off, but you are going to be offered a another position, which would essentially be a demotion, because they don't need that many, you know, managers or supervisors or trainers, or, you know, there's something to do with that. Okay. For some of you guys, it might be a demotion in a relationship, or like, you know, being let go in a relationship, because, you know, maybe you are, no, if this is true, you already know this, so don't get all upset, but you're one of many. And this person, like, they have to let you go because they can't afford you. I mean, that just, they can't afford all the relationships that they have. Like, I mean, I don't know. But anyway, so knowing that you're about to experience this loss, it allows you to plan ahead of time, right? So that you can create a backup plan. And, you know, your ancestors are essentially wanting you to know that you've got this. Like, no matter what happens, you're going to be okay. You know, everything's going to be all right. You're going to be okay. Okay, so let's see what other energy we get for the sign of Leo as it relates to this. What are the messages for the sign of Leo? What's going on here? Let's get some clarification for the sign of Leo. Yeah, we have advice, we have dog barking, which says advice from a friend. So you might be receiving some type of advice from a friend with whatever this is that happens. We have bull, do not back down from opposition, show strength and fortitude. And then we have October. So I don't know if, you know, someone with that date, you know, born in the month of October is going to try to come at you with something, and the guidance is for you to not back down. You know, don't show any type of weakness, like whoever this person is or whatever this is, like someone, like it's like they can sniff out weakness or, you know, something like that. So don't back down. That could be the guidance that, like, a friend or, you know, maybe even a family member, someone is going to give you this advice about this person. It could be this person that's going to give you advice was born in October, or this is going to happen in October where, you know, you're going to receive the advice, or you're going to receive advice on a situation where you can't back down, you know, from whatever this is. Okay. What else is it? Ooh, okay, that's too much. Do I take both of these? Okay. We have flag. It says, do not be tempted to lower your standards. Okay. And we have the sun card. Is this your card, Leo? We have sun, which says happiness and well-being. So essentially, Leo, there's something to do with, like, you know, someone, I'm here, ain't no sunshine when she's gone. You might end up, like, the loss could be a relationship in the sense of, like, you know, not you being let go, but you letting this person go, because, you know, you're letting them know that you're not going to lower your standards for them. Like, someone might be trying to tempt you to, you know, accept less in a relationship, and that's a hard pass for you. If anything is going to affect your happiness, your bottom line, your finances, your peace, state of mind, you know, whatever, like, you're not going to accept anything less than the best for you is kind of what I'm getting from that. So it could be just, like, disappointing that someone has the audacity to try to offer you less than what you know, what they know that you're worth, and what they know, you know, what you deserve. Okay, so it could have something to do with that. We have ear, which says good news at the bottom, and at the top it says boat, which says money or property through an inheritance, winning or windfall. And that's interesting because, okay, so because, like, with this, don't be tempted to lower your standards. It's like, so you might lose out on a relationship, you might lose out on an opportunity, you might lose out on a job because, you know, someone is trying to pop my back here. Someone is trying to lowball you, right? But you are not going to accept it. Was that you, where it's like someone might try to offer you like a demotion, and it's not anything, it might not be anything personal, but like that's just all they have to offer, but you know that you're worth so much more. And while you might feel bad for them that they're experiencing financial issues or financial loss, you know that you deserve so much better. So it's like you're gonna, use the job as long as you need to, and then you're going to, find something better. Like, you don't feel like you have to be loyal. I mean, your niece ain't loyal. No, they ain't. Like, you don't feel like you have to be loyal to a job, because it's going to affect, or it's going to impact, your happiness and your well-being. And the fact that they're letting so many people go, like, there's no hard feelings, but you know that you could actually, like, essentially you could be next, right? So I'm hearing come on down, you're the next contestant on The Price is Right. Like, you're not gonna wait around for that to happen. And so once you kind of stand your ground, you don't back down, you don't lower your standards, what you're going to do is, like, it's like you're gonna receive some really good news about maybe a new position or a new opportunity. Maybe if you have a business that you're working on, things are going to pick up. Like, I mean, I don't know, like a better relationship is going to come in for you, whatever this is, but you have like a new opportunity headed your way but you can't back down. You can't lower your standards. Okay. What else does Leo need to know? Okay. We have the Ram. It says a stubborn and aggressive person. Yeah, I feel like, I don't know if someone is going to say that, like, with this advice, a stubborn and aggressive person, like maybe someone feels like, you're being, I'm hearing the word lackadaisical, but that's not what it is. Like, I feel like it's, you're being too soft. Like, someone is going to give you some advice. Like, maybe you're being too soft with a person or with a situation or with a job or, with a client, with a business. Like, you're being too soft, and you're going to have to, like, toughen up. But we have skills. You might have to improve your skills with something. I don't know. But we have scales. It says keep your life in balance. And then we have eagle, triumph over troubles and obstacles. I don't know. Yeah. Like, maybe whatever this change or this loss is, it has the potential to, like, decrease your, like, maybe you have like a certain lifestyle, and it's gonna knock things out of whack. It's gonna knock things out of balance. It might be temporary or something like that, but like, you're not going to, like, maybe it's something like you're not going to allow something to knock your lifestyle off balance, or like, maybe it will, but it's going to be temporary because you're going to already have like a backup plan. Or this is about, remember, your ancestors are guiding you to already have a backup plan in place. So, like, whatever trouble this is that could be, surrounding you, or, headed your way, like, you will easily overcome whatever this is. Yeah. Okay, what else? Jeez. Forest. We have muddled, unclear thinking. I don't know if someone is going to try to, I'm getting a sense of someone trying to gaslight someone, Someone is trying to, I'm hearing it's a thin line between love and hate. I don't know. Someone is going to try to have, like, I don't know, put some type of doubt in your mind, or like make you think that, like, you're making a terrible decision, or like, you're not going to get out of whatever this situation is. It's something like that. What's at the bottom? Yeah, we have marriage. For some of you guys, this could be someone that you're married to. Maybe you're, okay, at the top is broken ring. Parting of the ways in either romance or business. So for some of you guys, again, this is like you leaving a business. Maybe you already have a business, and you're going to leave the business, or you're going to leave the like, if you have a business partner, you're going to leave that partnership. Or for some of you guys, this is what it is. It's an actual marriage, and you're about to leave a marriage because someone is being unfaithful, or someone is someone is going to, like, there's some type of disappointment in some form or fashion. Okay. Let me see. No, yeah. All right. What else? What does Leo need to know? We have tent. There's temporary situation. Whatever this is temporary. And, you know, we've already talked about that. That was already in the message, right? Within the message that, you know, something, you know, that you're dealing with is temporary. And, you know, there's a matter of like, you know, if you already know in advance, making sure that you are prepared, right? Here's that vacation, the kite vacation that came out with Aries. And then we have money path. A path with money is wait. Did that not come out? I don't know, that these came out with Aries, but something to do with a path with money is waiting for you to find it. It's almost like you're going to have like a temporary lapse, a temporary vacate, a temporary, you know, like maybe you're going to have a vacation, or there's a lapse of time between, you know, like you losing this relationship, this job, or this, you know, business or business partner or client or something like that. But if you know about it and you're planning for it, like it's not going to really impact you. You know, it's not going to be that big of a deal, right? Financially speaking. But once that time goes, once you surpass that time, like you are going to either be in your bag, like focused on your bag, like you're going to have a lot of money like waiting for you, and you're about to go and kind of like not chase it, but you're going to pursue whatever this is, right? You know, that's what I'm getting. You're about to pursue it. Hold on, you guys. Let me turn this off because it's bothering me. So I feel like you're going to pursue whatever this is, which has to do with like, you know, you getting some type of wealth or finances. Okay. Let me sit back down. Okay. What else? What other messages do we have? Sorry, you guys, this couch is loud. For the sign of Leo, what does Leo need to know? I'm not going to keep these. We have trader. It says exchange energy to create abundance. I feel like you're about to have a complete, like you're changing one thing out for another. You're changing one job out for another, or, you know, changing a job out for a business, or changing a relationship out for, you know, a business or partnership, or, you know, something like that. I mean, I don't know. But I did say at the beginning, this felt more like something to do with a relationship. So you might be trading a relationship for another relationship, or trading a relationship for a business, or trading a relationship for a better relationship and business. I mean, I don't know. Okay, message. Ooh, okay. You're still trying to get repeats. I mean, multiples. We have Shield Maiden, make plans and focus. And then we have Direction Guardian, choose your path. So I'm just going to say right off the bat, there's something like you're going to have to make a decision when it comes to something, right? Druid is at the bottom. It says hold the space. And at the top, we have summer, bask in joy and light. I feel like, you know, like we just hit summer here where I'm at. So this could be like you don't have a lot of time, but you're going to have to go ahead and make a final decision. You're going to have to make a choice with what path or what direction you want to take. So like, let's say it has something to do with like a job, and you know, like you might end up losing a job if that's what this is about. So quickly you need to decide, like, do you want to pursue another similar job, or do you want to just start your own business, like something completely different, right? Yeah. If this is relationship, like, you know, if you're about to lose or be disappointed in a relationship, like I feel like the quicker you get out, it's going to be like the quicker you're out, the better. Or like you need to go ahead and have these plans in place, because notice this is about making plans and focusing on those plans. So let's just see what it says for Shield Maiden. Let's see. Shield Maiden. Yeah, make plans and focus. It says taking some time to assess what your next steps will be. All great warriors have a plan. You are a sensitive being, and if you're not prepared for the task you're taking on, you could end up feeling exposed and helpless. The ancestor guidance that is coming to you now is a reminder that you have a warrior's heart and that you have it within you to be more prepared and focused than you have been recently. So have a strategy in place and then let your guides support you as you move forward. Isn't that ironic? I just have to say that, Leo. Isn't that ironic that your initial message with the lookout was about you having you creating a backup plan, or you planning ahead with you knowing what is headed towards you with what's going on? Okay, that's really interesting. Let's see, anything else? Shows us how to work with others in order to bring our plans to fruition. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and leave it there. If this message resonated, again, be sure to leave just your energetic donation by hitting the thumbs up, or if you would like to send a monetary donation, obviously you can go to CashApp, send one through CashApp or through PayPal, Cancerian Chronicles. I would definitely and truly appreciate it. But thank you so much for watching, and we're gonna go ahead and move on to the sign of Sagittarius. Okay, Sagittarius, hello and how are you? Sagittarius, please go ahead and leave your energetic donation by hitting that thumbs up. If you would like to do a monetary donation, then my Cash App is Cancerian Chronicles. Same thing for PayPal, Cancerian Chronicles. If you're interested in your own personal reading with me, then check out the description box. I would be more than happy to provide you with whatever clarity you need when it comes to love, work, money, business. So check out that description box. Okay, so Sagittarius, I started out talking to Aries and to Leo about this underlying energy, which is the Two of Keys, which is the treasure card, right? And so the Two of Keys, the treasure, is basically a warning from your ancestors that you may be experiencing a loss or a disappointment in your life. This could have something to do with a job, a relationship, or even, some type of opportunity. But remember, your ancestors want to remind you that this is just temporary, and not to focus on whatever that loss is. Don't focus on what it is that you're lacking. Don't focus on what damage is done by, maybe it's a strained relationship or something like that. So don't focus on that. Know that there's something better out there for you. Better opportunities, greater opportunities, better or greater opportunities for wealth. Okay, specifically. So we're going to see what your card is. We have card number 13, which is Buddha Prepares. Buddha Prepares is basically about this is time for you to focus on inner preparations, right? So either in your mind, mentally preparing before you take certain actions. So don't just jump into doing something. There's something to do with you having to, don't be hot-headed when it comes to whatever this is. This is about you seriously taking time to plan out your moves, your next moves, before you actually take the action. Right now, something might be at a standstill. So, this could be, if this has something to do with work, it could be maybe you're sent home and they tell you, obviously you're not going to be getting paid, but it's you being sent home because there's no work, and they say, we'll give you a call when or if we get work, right? So it's just you're just stuck sitting there, waiting for someone to call you in that instance. This could be that a relationship is not working out, and you're not making a move, and the person that you're with is not making a move, right? but you're not making a move because the guidance is really for you to make your plans. I'm hearing something to do with like being 10 steps ahead, but you making well thought out plans, right, before you actually take action. So anyways, things are at a standstill. This is about you taking the time that you need to prepare. Do not rush the process. And it's also about whatever this is, it feels like it's happening because you're about to be led on another journey, maybe on another path. And it's going to lead you to finding like your purpose, your power, and, you know, like the direction that you're meant to take. So there could be something to do with that. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to jump into the other messages to see what comes out here. So what does Sagittarius need to know? Messages for Sagittarius. Ooh, yeah, we have fire. It says strong emotion, passionate love or hate. So you could have a love or hate relationship with a person, or love or hate relationship with your job. What's at the bottom? At the bottom, we have skull. It says hidden secrets can harm you. So you or your partner or both of you have some type of hidden secrets. And then we have ant, work, achievement, and success. So Sagittarius, it could be that you're being guided to like maybe, you know, if things are looking a little bit unsteady or unstable at your job, or in a relationship, or, you know, whatever this is, where you're meant to kind of do some work like inwardly, get your plan laid out before you take action. This is basically guiding you to keep it hidden, keep it secret. Don't tell people what it is that you're working on. Don't let this person or this job know what you're working on, because it's almost like if your job knows that, you know, even if they're having a hard time, and they know that you're looking for another job, it's like they'll just go ahead and fire you. Like one less thing is what I'm hearing. Or, you know, if this has something to do with like a relationship and you're planning like your exit strategy, you know, I don't know what, you know, it could be harmful to you in some form or fashion. I mean, I don't know. That could be, it could just be a person, like you guys have some type of, you know, weird love-hate dynamic going on. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Message. Ooh, geez. No, we're not doing that. That was the sun and the fan, but if it comes out of this big stack, it's meant to. But let's keep going. Sagittarius. What does Sagittarius need to know? Wow, you have... I feel like something is just going to happen all at once. Like, it's almost like, remember, you're supposed to be planning something inwardly, right? Making mental preparations even. And it's like something is going to just like hit you, and you're just going to know what path to take or what way to go, or you're just going to know what it is that you want, and you're just going to quickly take action. Everything is going to happen kind of all at once. Or it could be that like something that is headed towards you, it's just, it feels like you might feel like you're being hit all at once, but you're going to be prepared for whatever it is. Let's look at these. I'm not going to keep them, but we have mule. This is going to be for one of you, some of you, or none of you. But we have the mule card. It says someone is extremely stubborn and unwilling to change. So you could be dealing with a person or a situation that like it's never going to change. We have younger woman. So someone, like if you're in a relationship with someone, that person could be dealing with a person, with another person, a younger, you know, a younger person. This one specifically says a younger woman. We have table. It says hard work ahead. And then we have club, which says someone will try to make you do something against your will. Like someone could be trying to get you like in a relationship dynamic that you don't want to be in, right? Someone is trying to get you to stay in a relationship that, you know that it's like, it's unhealthy. Like someone is always, you know, hurting you in a relationship. Like, look at all of those little thorns or, you know, whatever, nails or whatever, that like someone is always hurting you. And they're not going to change. Their behavior is not going to change. There's always a younger woman. There's always someone else within the situation. I mean, and listen, this could even be your job. Like if you are older and in the workforce, it might seem like you keep getting passed over for like, you know, promotion opportunities. And it's always someone younger, like someone with like less, not even younger, but someone with less experience than you, with less to offer than what you have to offer, because you've been there longer or you have more experience with whatever this is. So it's almost like, you know, you're going to have to make a decision. You're going to have to make these preparations. No, like, yeah, it's going to require some type of hard work, but it's definitely going to be worth it. So just, you know, kind of keep that in mind. Okay, so again, that could be for one of you, some of you, or none of you, Sagittarius, and we're going to go ahead and keep going. Okay, messages for the sign of Sagittarius. What does Sagittarius need to know? Okay, so we have fair woman. Dealings or relationship with a woman with blonde, gray, or white hair. This could be you, or this could be, you know, someone that you're dealing with. This could be your boss. This could be, you know, I don't know, someone is dealing with a younger woman with fair, you know, remember we saw that younger woman for one of you, some of you, none of you. This person could be lighter in complexion, or this person could have lighter hair, a lighter color of hair. But it says diamond, you'll be receiving or giving a precious gift. I'm sorry, but I was thinking like with giving a gift, if you're dealing with someone that's just like no good, someone that's stubborn, someone that's not going to change, it's like here, like you can have them, just take this no good son of a you know what. Like that's the gift that you're giving to someone. Huh. Hold on. Okay, yeah. And then we have wreath, which, oh, okay, I didn't even notice that. But wreath, it says sorrow over a loss. So you might feel, you know, upset or sad, but it's like, just take this, like whatever it is. This also could have something to do with, again, like a job. You can take this job and you can shove it, right? Like if you're just going to keep overlooking me, if you're just going to keep giving the opportunities to, you know, the younger people where you can pay them less, you know, or whatever, then just keep your job. Like, I don't want it. But you're going to have to prepare yourself, you know, in advance for that. You're going to have a backup plan, or, you know, a plan for your plan or something. But we have coins. It says money will be coming to you. I feel like whatever this is that you're losing out on, you know, and I use that term loosely, but whatever this loss is, I feel like it's not really much of a loss, because it's also like it's going to be it's going to be like the starting point of like you actually having more. If you feel like you never really have anything, like when dealing with this job, when dealing with this situation, when dealing with this person, like you're always losing. It's like now all of a sudden all you do is win, win, win. Like when you let go, when you lose, I don't even feel like you're going to let this person or this situation or this job go. It's going to be let go, or, you know, something's going to happen to that effect. I mean, I don't know, but it's going to work out in your favor. At the bottom, we have carriage. It says a journey, either physical or mental. That mental goes with that Buddha prepares, like you need to be preparing mentally for, you know, like moving on, moving ahead, moving forward in your life. But also I feel like some of you guys might be actually making a physical move away from this person, place, or thing. And here's that table card again, which says hard work ahead. You might be looking at, you know, tables, like you build tables, you might have to rebuild something, but I feel like it's going to be well worth it. It's definitely going to be worth it. Hey, Sagittarius, what does Sagittarius need to know? Yeah, we have wedge. Someone is trying to come between you and a friend or something that you want. So it could be like, you know, whoever this fair woman is within this dynamic, like this is the person that is causing some type of wedge between you and what it is that you really want. But it's almost like sometimes the things that you really want, it's not necessarily in your best interest just because you want it. Sometimes the things that we want, I don't know why, like this is making me think of like a wedge of cheese, right? I don't know if this is cheese or I guess that could be cheese. because it also looks like one of those little, you know, I was a teacher and a principal, so they use these little things. They're wooden and it's like a doorstop, but I think this is really cheese. So like, you know, sitting there and eating a wedge of cheese, that's not necessarily in your best interest, especially like you may love cheese, you may want to eat cheese, but you may also be lactose intolerant. So it's not necessarily in your best interest to sit around consuming wedges of cheese. Right? So just kind of be mindful of that. Just because you want it, it doesn't mean that it's in your best interest. But we have ladder, climbing towards success, and we have firecracker, excitement. I feel like whatever this loss is that you experience, or this disappointment, like it's going to be temporary, which that was the message. It's going to be temporary, and it's going to be temporary because you are going to have something so much better. Like it's almost like once you take that path, like you cross that bridge, is essentially what I'm getting. When you cross that bridge, like this is going to be, I don't know. It's just like I'm hearing a whole new world. Like you're going to experience like a new life, a new world, you know? Yeah. I'm hearing the word sledgehammer. It's almost like someone's going to just take a sledgehammer and it's almost like fighting your way to a whole other existence, right? Out of a situation that's not even good for you in the first place. It could be that like you were with someone because you had a boatload of kids with them, but they were they weren't really good for you. This person disturbed your peace. You spent a lot of your time, trying to, find your happy place, but you just really couldn't find it with that person. Like there was no happy place with this person. I mean, I don't know. You spent a lot of time trying to get someone to love you, but they just didn't. And, it's not because you weren't lovable. It's because that just wasn't the person meant for you. Or, like it wasn't, if this is a job, like it's just not the job that was meant for you. Look at that. That club came out. Someone will try to make you do something against your will. For some of you guys, like someone is dealing with a fair woman, and like someone has like maybe their complexion is fair compared to yours. Their hair color is, blonde, gray, or white. And this person someone is trying to, I'm hearing triangulate, like there's something to do with triangulation. Or someone is trying to get someone like in some type of three-way situation that you don't want to be in. What's at the bottom? I don't know. We have money path, which says a path with money is waiting for you to find it. Didn't that already come out for you? Look at all these cards. I just want you to look at all these cards. And then we have caterpillar. Things will not always be this way. A change is coming. Like someone is trying to get you, like, maybe someone wants you to like they're using you for finances. And that's not what you wanted, or, something like that. So maybe someone's making you, I don't know, contribute to some bills. And, like, let's say you wanted to be a stay-at-home mom or a stay-at-home wife, and someone's like, no, you're going to be a work wife, like you're going to go to work and you're going to be a 50-50, but that's not what you wanted. Like you want to stay at home with your babies or something like that. Like, someone's going to try to force you to do something that you don't want to do. Or like you're completely into monogamy and someone is like, no, you're gonna, I'm gonna have multiple women and you're gonna deal with it, but it's not something that you want to do. Or, like you're at a job and someone's like, well, we don't have any work for you and we're not going to pay you, but you're going to stay at home and you're going to like it and you're not going to get another job, because if you do, then we're going to fire you. Like we had that energy earlier. Like that makes no sense. Like, why would you hold, your opportunities and your money and your well-being over a job that don't even have no work for you? And they didn't have a plan. They didn't have a backup plan to make sure that all of their employees would get paid in a time such as this. Like it's almost something to that effect. Okay. But, you know, and remember you had like standstill, like there's something, you know, with this one, it was like something is at a standstill and, you know, maybe you're not seeing any progress or, you know, you're feeling kind of stuck with whatever the situation is. Like there's no light at the end of the tunnel, and your ancestors want you to know that, like, you know, it's not going to always be this way. Like another path, a brighter path, a better path is opening up for you. Okay. And what else? Yeah, dark man. So this could be, you could have be dealing with a man who has a dark complexion, or this person has dark hair. And then there's a woman with a light complexion or light, you know, blonde, gray, or white hair. So I don't know. They're connected. Like you see how they're in alignment. They're in alignment. I don't know if someone feels like a third wheel. Let's see what's at the bottom. We have June. Something is going to happen in June. And then we have bird perched, waiting for news, package, or letter. You're about to receive some type of information about these two people, perhaps, in June. Something is going to be revealed to you in the month of June. So that's coming up. Okay, what else does Sagittarius need to know? Messages for Sagittarius. And again, you guys, feel free to make your energetic donation by hitting that thumbs up if you haven't done so already. If you would like to send a monetary donation, check out my Cash App or PayPal. That would be Cancerian Chronicles, and it would be greatly appreciated. If you would like your own personal reading, be sure to check out the description box. Okay. Messages. Ooh. We have 3 cards. We're not taking, what is this? We have She-Wolf that says unleash the wild within. Oh, wow. I feel like there's a part of you that's just waiting to be, like you just want some type of freedom. You want to be set free from something. We have Air Guardian, shift your perspective, your perception. And then we have stand your ground. What is this for Sagittarius? We have stand your ground is what I'm being guided to. I feel like, you know, you're about to walk away with this unleash the wild within. And this makes me think of freedom. You're about to walk away from something towards freedom because you're about to change your mind about like a job or a situation, a relationship, you know, something like that. You're about to let all of this go. Yeah. It says trust your talents in changing times. So maybe you stayed in a situation or with a person because you felt like, you know, there was nothing better out there for you, or like you wouldn't be able to make it without this person or this job. But you're going to find out that you absolutely can. And we have night, be brave and be honest. Like, you know, make sure that you're being honest about what you want. And yeah. But we have mountains, which says stand your ground. So let's see what we have for this one with mountains, which is page 128. Okay, hold on, Sag. Okay, so mountains, stand your ground. It says mountain energy is powerful because it's firmly rooted in the Great Mother and reaches high to the Great Father. If you're feeling challenged or pressured at this time, know that your spirit is more powerful than you think. You are resilient and grounded, and the energy and air of the mountains is giving you the unshakable strength to be who you are. Take time to root yourself deeply in the energy of the earth before welcoming in the energies of heaven. That, again, that's your Buddha prepares message. And these are completely different decks, but, you know, where it says, what does it say? Take time to root yourself deeply in the energy of the earth before welcoming the energies of heaven. It's like you need to prepare. You need to prepare yourself. Like it's kind of like before you, if you're trying to make a major move with like leaving a job or leaving a relationship, you know, maybe this is a person that you live with or something like that. Like you have to get your ducks in a row. And it's like coming up with a set plan before you actually start taking these actions. And I feel like you're going to be taking movement towards your heaven, because right now, some of you guys may feel like you're just living in hell. If you're not sure what you need to do next, the mountain card invites you to stay exactly where you are, talk things over with those around you and know that change will come to you. So be prepared for it. Remember, we had that June. You might be receiving some type of message or news, or I'm hearing documentation or proof of something. You will be whole and well at the end of this current situation, and it will not stand in the way of your future growth and expansion. For some of you guys, I feel like you're in a situation, you're at a job, you're in a relationship with, a person or a company or something like that, and it's stifling you. That's another place where that standstill energy is coming from. Like you feel like there's no growth. Like with this person, like you're stuck, and they're not doing any better and you're not doing any better. So, or like forget them, you're not doing any better. You feel like you're just kind of like the things that you want for yourself, you're not getting it because this person just kind of keeps you like they're stunting your growth is essentially what I'm getting. So yeah. But that's what I have for you. I hope that this was helpful. Again, check out the description box if you would like your own personal reading with me. Feel free to donate through CashApp or PayPal to Cancerian Chronicles, or just by hitting that thumbs up. Thank you, and have a beautiful and fantabulous rest of your day. Bye now.